While others are joining, people who have joined, can someone confirm if my screen is visible?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Has Satar joined? Satar bhai, have you joined? I'm waiting for others to join, guys. We'll start in a minute. I say people are still joining. People are still joining, guys. I'm just waiting for a minute more. Satar bhai, have you joined? Can you unmute yourself? And I can't see. Okay, I see people have joined, guys. Let's start. I'm not sure if Satar has joined, but he asked a question. Satar bhai asked a question. Uh, that who will assign the task. So it's very simple, guys. You always, your client, your either your architecture team, your manager, few of them, they are going to assign the task. Similar जो virtual machine में हम सीख रहे थे ना कि आपको इस तरह सा request आएगा, ये सारी details आएगी, हर हर तरह के resource के लिए same ही होगा. Maybe you'll get a request for VMSS, you'll get a request for load balancer, you'll get a request for virtual machine and VMSS and load balancer. You as a not you individually, ठीक है, इतना सारा काम एक के पास नहीं आता, आपकी टीम को आ जाएगा, then your tech lead, your manager, वो आपको divide कर देंगे. That's it, you create virtual machines, सलमान भाई you create VNets, आप में से कोई एक VNet peering कर लो, right? Something like this, that now where you do the subnetting, well, we are going to do these tasks, don't worry about it. शिखा you create a load balancer, something like this. उस तरह से divide होगा काम, that your technical lead will do it. bulk में काम आपके manager वगैरह के पास आता है. This is one way. और other way, verbally और meetings के बजाय क्या होगा, individual tickets आएंगे. that you will get a ticket maybe on ServiceNow, Jira, जो भी tool आप use करते हो, जो भी tool आपके लिए familiar है, आप उस tool का नाम ले लो. almost हर जगह use होता है सारे tools. या आपका कोई private tool भी है, iSupport वगैरह, जो काफी companies अपना personal tool use करते हैं. you take any name, उसमें कोई क्रॉस क्वेश्चन नहीं करने वाला है. तो उसमें आपको टास्क आ जाएगा, प्लीज क्रिएट 2 वर्चुअल मशीन्स. सिमिलरली जैसे मैंने आपको पैरामीटर्स दिए थे वैसे, प्लीज क्रिएट 1 वर्चुअल मशीन स्केल सेट इस रीजन में, इस रिसोर्स ग्रुप में, इस तरह से. प्लीज क्रिएट 1 लोड बैलेंसर. बस इसी तरह से रिक्वेस्ट आने वाले हैं, उसमें कोई रॉकेट साइंस नहीं है इसके अलावा. ओके, सो लेट्स स्टार्ट क्रिएटिंग लोड बैलेंसर, गाइस. I hope any questions anyone has before I start with load balancers practical.
The parameters and the requirements which will
You'll
be
get it.
given to us.
Yes, you'll
Yeah.
get it. And if something is missing, it is your job that you probe and you ask it back. But with your experience, you should know by this now. If I tell you, who was that? Murtaza, right? Murtaza, if I send you a request,
Yes.
stating, please create a virtual machine. This is the name and everything, and I'm not giving you region's name. Will you go ahead and create it? Will you decide a
No.
region for me? What will you
No.
do?
I'll again revert back to the ticket and ask the
Simple.
region.
If it is ticket, you update the notes and ticket. If it is email, you reply to that email. If it is a verbal from your manager, normally verbal कुछ होता नहीं है. I'm just telling you. So you ask them quickly. भाई कौन से region में बनानी machine? Without region, I cannot deploy a machine. चलो मैंने region दे दिया. I did not tell you VNet. Will you go ahead and create a new VNet for me without asking?
No.
No, because you can. It is possible. Technically, it is possible. You will not. Why? Because you don't
Yeah.
know कि इस एप्लीकेशन को किससे कनेक्टिविटी चाहिए, कहाँ यूज होना है, इसको आईपी कौन सा लगेगा. तो VNet, सबनेट वगैरह सब कुछ आना चाहिए. And if they want you to decide and you to create a new, they have to specify that. कि just give me a machine, any region, anything. बस टेस्ट के लिए मुझको मशीन चाहिए, एक छोटा टास्क है 5 मिनट का. I do not have access on portal. You are the portal admin. Give me a machine. Any region, any size, anything. इस तरह से बोल दिया, you create a machine. Simple. उसमें भी लेकिन थोड़ा बहुत तो आपको पूछना ही पड़ेगा भाई which operating system, what are you trying to test. Still user says anything, you just give me a machine, then you do it. होता नहीं है ऐसा, I'm just telling you.
Okay.
If I tell you to create a virtual machine without telling you which operating system I need, will you be able to do that? कितने सारे issues हो गए उसमें. I wanted Linux, you gave me Windows. I wanted Windows, you gave me Linux. I did not want 2019, why did you assign me 2019? I wanted 2022. I had my own license, why did you assign the license? Why should I pay extra? Why did you add 2 disks? So everything has to come from your client. अब वो डायरेक्ट आपके पास आता है, आपके आर्किटेक्चर टीम के थ्रू आता है, आपके मैनेजर के थ्रू आएगा, टिकट में आएगा, ईमेल में आएगा, इट डजंट मैटर. आपके पास समथिंग हैज टू कम इन ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट, बी इट टिकट, बी इट ईमेल और एनीथिंग, अ बिल्ड शीट, कुछ भी आना चाहिए आपके पास. You will not decide anything based on you. Clear, guys?
Yes.
Okay, so let's start
Yes.
creating a load balancer. Creating a load balancer, it's similar like other resources. If you have recently used it, you will see it here. Like we see virtual machine skill set, we see load balancer. If you have not used, if you do not see it, you can go click here at home at the left hand side, and then you click on services and start searching for that. Or the best option I see, you come here and search for load balancer. I can already see it because I have recently searched it, but if it is not there, search for it, click on load balancer. You will see the existing load balancers here. If there is no, you won't see anything. You can click on create new here or here, and there you are. Similarly, you will select your subscription. You will select the resource group which has been assigned to you. We'll give a name. By the way, नाम वगैरह सब कुछ आपको आएगा guys. Everything will be there. If name is not there, at least a naming convention document will be there. What is a naming convention document? नेमिंग कन्वेंशन डॉक्यूमेंट एक डॉक्यूमेंट होता है, छोटा सा, छोटा बड़ा किसी भी टाइप का, जिसमें सारी डिटेल्स लिखी होती है दैट इफ वी आर डिप्लॉइंग अ सर्वर एंड द रिक्वेस्ट इज फ्रॉम पुणे, तो सर्वर का नाम इस तरह से होना चाहिए. एग्जांपल कि आपके कंपनी का नाम पहले हो, इफ इट इज फ्रॉम पुणे इसलिए पहले पुणे होना चाहिए. सॉरी, बिकॉज इट इज अ वीएम तो वीएम होना चाहिए. इफ इट इज विंडोज मशीन तो डब्ल्यू होना चाहिए. लिनक्स मशीन है तो एल होना चाहिए. प्रोडक्शन मशीन है तो पी होना चाहिए. टेस्ट मशीन है तो टी होना चाहिए. ठीक है, समथिंग लाइक दिस. एंड इसके पहले कितने मशीन बने हैं? ऑलरेडी 5 मशीन है, देन दिस शुड बी 006, समथिंग लाइक दिस. दिस इज कॉल्ड नेमिंग कन्वेंशन. यू डोंट क्रिएट इट, ऑलरेडी बना बनाया डॉक्यूमेंट आपको मिल जाएगा. ठीक है, यहाँ पर नॉट नेसेसरी पुणे, कहीं पर एप्लीकेशन का नाम होता है कि पीपल सॉफ्ट एप्लीकेशन है तो पीपल सॉफ्ट इस तरह से होना चाहिए. यू विल हैव दैट एवरीथिंग. इस पे कोई क्वेश्चन आपको नहीं पूछने वाला है. क्लियर?
Yes.
ओके, SKU यहीं पर आ गया. सी सिंपल. Choose the standard load balancer, network load balancing when extreme performance is required. ठीक है, with low latency. Choose gateway load balancer to deploy scale the third party. तो इसको हम नहीं कर रहे. So we will not discuss the gateway वाला, छोड़ दो आप. ठीक है, standard and basic. So we'll go ahead and select standard. आप basic भी कर सकते हो. Difference क्या है इसमें? Basic का difference आपको वहां पर मिल जाएगा, और even if you do a Google search basic सा, वो मिल जाएगा. There are, if you click on learn more, यहाँ पर मिल जाएगा. The major difference we have here is pricing वाला. बेसिक में प्राइसिंग थोड़ा कम होगा, स्टार्टर में प्राइसिंग थोड़ा सा ज्यादा होगा. ज्यादा डिटेल प्राइसिंग एंड डिफरेंसेस, सी यू हैव इट हियर. आई मीन यू डोंट इवन हैव टू आस्क मी, और यू डोंट इवन रिक्वायर. इज द लोड बैलेंसर रीजन नीड्स टू बी सेम एज, वी विल सी दैट. गुड क्वेश्चन. दो विल सी दैट. सी, मिल गया आपको डिफरेंसेस. What are the differences? Here it is. So you don't even require anyone else to tell you. मैं आपको कुछ बताऊंगा, maybe it is based on my one note knowledge, पुराना knowledge, या फिर मैंने कभी किसी इस पे काम किया था प्रोजेक्ट पे, उस टाइम का बताऊंगा. उससे बेटर ऑप्शन है Microsoft. आपके पास the moment you start creating, here you have. And I urge you guys, I request you guys to read it while when you do your homework today, or whenever I give you the task to create load balancer, go ahead, click on this and read it. Read it properly कि क्या क्या differences है इसमें. See, backend pool में any virtual machine or virtual machine scale sets in single virtual machine in single availability zone or set. See, this is very evident difference we have. अगर हम SKU में basics select करते हैं, so virtual machines in single availability set और virtual machine scale set, उन्हीं machines को आप इस load balancer के backend में लगा पाओगे. But if I select standard, आप कोई भी machine लगा सकते हो. Are you guys getting the difference? Did you understand it? कि यहाँ पर किसी मशीन को लोड बैलेंसर में लगाने के लिए you have to create one availability set. Without availability set, you will not be able to either availability set or virtual machine scale set. Without redundancy वाली machine को आप इस load balancer के साथ नहीं use कर सकते हो. But with standard, you can use any virtual machine. So go ahead and read these details, guys. Okay, let's start creating. I will take standard one. Type public or internal. Now, what is this? Anyone can explain what is the internal and public?
So public means, I think, for external users, the customers, and internal means internal users probably.
Perfect. Yeah, correct answer. See, these users, if these users are coming from outside your organization, it's a public. Example, any public application, Swiggy, IRCTC, Flipkart, Amazon, any public application. If these users are your employee, they're coming from within the organization. Do I require a public then? Do I require a public IP or something? What could be the example of, can you give me, name one application which is an internal application all of you guys are using? Name any.
Timesheet.
Yes. What else?
ticketing system.
Ultimate
HRTV.
Exactly. It's okay. I hope you got the idea, right? I hope you got the idea, guys, right? What is the public and what is private?
Yes.
So in this case, which one do we need? Do we have a private setup here? Do I have some employees या कुछ है मेरे पास private network setup किया हुआ जिससे हम test कर पाएंगे? नहीं. So I'll go ahead with public. Regional or global? What does it mean? A cross or a global load balancer can only be deployed. Okay, let's come to this one later. We'll stick with region. Whose question was that? Salman, it was your question, right? Can we have, what happens if load balancer goes down? So we will
Yes.
answer that here. Tier में उसका answer आ जाएगा, but we are going to do that later. As of now, let's stick to regional. Next. Now, guys, one thing, while and understand this very well, we are going to use this in your story. जब आप interview देने वाले हो ना, it is a very favorite question and very frequently asked questions में से एक है कि okay, do you remember any incident or any instance where you work extra, where you went extra mile and did something extra? तो वहां पर हम ये story use करने वाले, so understand this very well. ठीक है, और ये हर जगह आता है, बीट कॉल सेंटर, IT, finance, कोई भी इंटरव्यू, हर जगह ये घिसा पिटा सा क्वेश्चन आता ही है. Okay, so understand this very well, what I'm trying to explain next. This is a load balancer we are trying to create. A load balancer, while creating a load balancer, I told you कि load balancer में सारे features है इस तरह के, right? कि वो सर्वर बंद होगा तो भी चेक कर सकता है, खुला होगा तो भी चेक कर सकता है, नेटवर्क डाउन है तो भी चेक कर सकता है, सर्वर बढ़ जाता है तब भी चेक कर सकता है, right? I hope you remember, but I told you that we have to configure it. So when can we configure? That is the question. Do I have to configure it while creating it, or can I create it and configure it? What do you think, guys? By the way, Naveed bhai, just to answer your question before I forget that, load balancer और आपकी machine same region में होने चाहिए. It's a simple answer.
Okay.
I thought I'll show it to you. आप देख भी लोगे वो, but just to answer it, both of them have to be in same region. Yes, guys.
So
What do you think?
Virtual machines or the availability set and the load balancer both need to be in the same region.
Everything has to be
region.
same. Yes, everything has to be in
Okay.
same region. Yes,
Okay,
guys.
great.
What do you think the configuration? Can I do it while, do I have to do it while creating it? Obviously, I can do it while creating it. Do I have to do it while creating it, or can I do it later? I can
I
create.
guess so. I guess so. It can be done later also, because let's say if there are any future changes, there should be an option to, reconfigure it again.
Right, that is correct answer, guys. Yeah, we can do it later except one component. Now we are calling these components. Okay, ये component word आप काफी बार सुनोगे, virtual network में भी सुनोगे हर जगह कि इस service के major components क्या है. Like I'm creating a virtual machine, what are the major components, or what are the components which get created while creating a virtual machine? Can someone tell me, by the way, before I go to this one, what are the components get created while creating a virtual machine?
Disk size,
Size is
networking,
no, no,
management.
size is not a component. Disk you already said. It's fine. Disk will get created. What else? Size और disk एक ही चीज होगी, right?
Management,
Public IP.
networking management.
Tags.
Now I do not give random answers. I'm specifically asking components, or
NSG.
let me make it more clear. What are the services which will get created? No, let Navid answer this. If there is any confusion, I want to clear that. Navid bhai, please answer
Yes,
it.
sir.
Do
Yes, sir.
not give any random answers. Okay, try to remember कि आपने एक virtual machine बनाई थी, तब क्या क्या उसमें अपने आप बन गया था. When you hit on create, what all resources do you see after that?
Disk,
Disk.
networking.
What do you mean by networking? Networking कोई सर्विस नहीं है यार. Networking अपने आप में एक टेक्नोलॉजी है. What do you
It
mean
was a
by
component like networking, as in
हाँ, that I
assigning
am
the
asking you
IP
to.
addresses and so.
Which IP address? Public, private, which IP address? What did you see?
There
आपने
was
जब
a
machine बनाया था,
section
what did you
component for networking where we did not learn much about networking, but
No, you don't
we,
have to learn. My simple question is, what did you see when you created your machine? What all resources did you see?
disk
Hmm.
and monitoring. Monitoring,
What
right? Up-
what component did you see of monitoring? क्या monitoring वाली क्या service देखी आपने? और चलो anyone else? One
recollect.
person, guys. That's okay, Navid bhai.
VNet public IP.
Wait, नहीं मुर्तजा एक minute. Satar bhai, are you there? Or
Yes,
Nitesh?
Sohail bhai.
Nitesh, can you answer? Okay, Satar bhai will. It's okay. I'm sure आपकी understanding clear है इस पे. Nitesh, can you answer this?
Yes.
What components get created when I create a virtual machine?
Private IP and VNet.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm listening. Tell me. Correct.
And wait.
Okay, guys. NSG gets created. NIC, your network interface card. Navid bhai, you are correct, but you cannot call it networking, right? Networking में तो virtual network भी आ गया, networking में NIC भी आ गया, networking में NSG भी आ गया.
Right.
Networking
All
बहुत
three
ही
are
wide
components.
answer होगा, right?
Even
I wanted
VNet, I believe VNet is also part
VNet,
of the networking.
VNet, IP address, इसमें specific होने की जरूरत नहीं, public या private, it's okay. ठीक है? IP address, disk, obviously that was a correct answer, has to be there. एक सब आप लोग मिस करो, which is NIC, network interface card, जिसके ऊपर आपका IP address लगता है, वो. Got it?
But this is a virtual card, right? Like how on laptops or
Everything is
computers we have
virtual.
the LAN card, like similar to a LAN card.
Everything is virtual, Navid bhai. Here everything is virtual.
Right.
यहाँ पर
But
physical
it
क्या
still
है? सब कुछ
creates,
virtual.
but although
Yeah,
it's
it will
virtual,
create.
it still creates this component like
Yes,
NIC.
it does. Without NIC, you cannot work. NIC is the place where you will get your IP assigned. Here it is. It is
Alright.
in front of you. It definitely gets. No doubt in that.
Okay.
Okay.
For all
NIC
the
gets.
resources, for any kind of resource that
No,
we-
not for only. As of
for
now, we're
virtual
talking about
machines.
machine. Yes,
For
the
virtual
question was
machines.
very specific to virtual machine.
Right.
ठीक है?
Okay.
Similarly, we have this guys. We have load balancers और उसके components और उसकी settings. So yes, you are correct that we can configure it later, but there is one exception. Now, what is that exception? I hope you did not miss the topic here, right? I just went there for so you understand कि मैं क्या components की बात कर रहा हूँ. Okay, so while creating a load balancer, we can configure it later, or we can configure it while creating. There is an exception. There is one component which has to be created while creating. You cannot create your load balancer without assigning that component, and which is, let me click on next and you will see which that component is. Can you see which is that component? Who can tell me?
Front-end IP.
Front-end IP. What do you mean by front-end IP in this picture? Which is the front-end IP, guys?
The one where the users will connect.
Perfect.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
this is the
The
one.
load balancer IP.
Yeah, this is the
The
one.
IP for the load balancer.
Perfect, guys. So I'm creating here. Now I have to assign an IP address, a public IP address. If I already have a public IP address which is not associated with any of the resources, I will see them here. But as of now, I do not have anyone, so I'm creating one. I'm creating a new public IP. जैसे आपके वर्चुअल मशीन में अपने आप बन रहा था, here I'm just naming it. IP तो अपने आप ही वो असाइन करेगा.
And
this
will
is the
this
name.
IP the IP will be dynamic or static?
This one is static. Dynamic IP is not going to help you. I mean, you can choose that. आप अपना IP बना लो and you can choose that. I'll tell you where can you select that. Okay. I want IPv4. I can have IPv6 also. We are not discussing IPv6 at all. Forget prefix also. We don't want to discuss that. So we'll stick to IP. Prefix को हम इसमें cover करने वाले हैं when it comes to networking. So as of now, we want IPv4. V6 हम बिल्कुल नहीं touch कर रहे हैं. ठीक है. V4 पे सब कुछ चलता है अभी भी. So we IPv4, we are creating a new public IP. I hope you're not getting confused. You can select an IP here if it is already there. If not, we can create it. मैं IP का नाम दूंगा यहाँ पर. Okay. And yeah, let's skip this. ये सब आपसे कोई नहीं पूछने वाला है कि IP में आपको zone redundancy क्यों चाहिए. It's okay. You don't have to worry about it. इसमें difference क्या है when you select Microsoft and when you select Internet? Difference क्या है? If you want, you can read it. Otherwise, इस लेवल का क्वेश्चन नहीं पूछने वाला है आपसे. So it's okay. You can skip this one also. याद क्या रखना है आपको इसमें? That you can create a load balancer and you can configure it later. However, at least one front-end IP needs to be added while creating the load balancer. That is a mandatory thing. So I have created this. Okay. Now my question is, can I have one more public IP here?
Yes.
And how would that help me having multiple public IP?
You have kind of two versions of your application, right? And you need to reroute your public through your IPs because they'll be connected to a domain, not the IP. So you can either, connect that domain to an either IP if you want to connect to the other.
Let's not complicate it. Don't bring domain and everything. The answer is correct, but I don't want to confuse others, right? So I'm not bringing domain and everything. Simple answer, guys. Very simple. Question is, one load. Say this is my load balancer. This is my availability zone, and this is again my availability zone. Both are availability zone. Not talking about availability set. Just to make it simpler, it could be anything. By the way, एक मशीन यहाँ पर 3 मशीन है, यहाँ पर 3 मशीन है. ठीक है. Forget multiple versions वगैरह. This is my separate application. App XYZ. This is app ABC. Two different application completely. Now I am planning to have a load balancer. ठीक है. What I can do, I can have a load balancer here, load balancer here. Similar सब कुछ यहाँ पर ये कर दूं. Otherwise, what I can do, I can have a load balancer here. I can have two public IP on this load balancer. ये एक public IP हो गया. I am not sure how to draw public IP just to make you guys understand well. Let's consider this is a public IP. I can have another public IP here. I can have a different set of backend connected to this. And I have different set of backend connected to this. So what am I doing here? What did I do? What did I save on?
You connected two different applications on two different IPs.
Perfect. So let's say these are the users for this application and these are the users for this application. So I'm gonna give this IP to only these users. तो वो लोग सिर्फ इस पे कनेक्ट करेंगे. बाकी सारी फंक्शनलिटी सेम मिलती रहेगी इनको. कि बैकग्राउंड में कोई सर्वर डाउन हो जाए तो लोड बैलेंसिंग की ट्रैफिक एंड एवरीथिंग सब कुछ सेम. Similarly here. So what did I save on here? मैंने अपनी कंपनी के लिए क्लाइंट के लिए क्या बचाया यहाँ पर? Where did I save the money? The whole concept
double load
of
balancer create करने से आपने
Exactly.
cost saving किया.
Exactly. But what is the catch do you see here? यहाँ पे harm क्या है यहाँ पर? Drawback क्या है इसका?
If the load
If
balance,
that one load balancer goes, then both of them will be
both
impacted.
applications will be down together. तो बहुत ज्यादा crucial application होगा तो ऐसे हम कुछ नहीं करते. But is it clear if an interviewer is asking you that can I have multiple IPs and can I have multiple backend pool? When I'm referring backend pool, guys, इसका मतलब इसके जो पीछे जो servers लगते हैं ना, multiple servers, that is your backend pool. Is it clear? Are you being familiar with these terms? Terms याद रखने बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी है, ठीक है? ये जो bunch of servers लगेगा ना backend में इसके, that is called backend pool. So if an interviewer is asking you on one load balancer, can I have multiple IPs and multiple backend pools? Is it possible? So your answer should
Yes.
be yes.
Yes.
How to do it नहीं पूछेगा उसके बाद वो. If you confidence से हाँ बोल दो, ठीक है? So we can have multiple public IPs. As of now, we are just going it with one backend pool. See, I can add a backend pool here. I can add a backend pool here, or I can skip it. Let's say if it is allowing me to skip it. It is allowing me to skip. Inbound rules. कि किस तरह के लोड बैलेंसिंग के जो है ट्रैफिक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन के रूल्स किस तरह से होने चाहिए. सो लेट मी शो इट टू यू किस तरह के रूल्स है हमारे पास. कोई नाम इसको आप दे दो. फ्रंट एंड आईपी आप सेलेक्ट कर लो, बैक एंड पूल आप एक सेलेक्ट कर लो, जब मिलेगा तब पोर्ट. नाउ आप लोगों को पोर्ट इस पे जो है ना ये करना होगा, डिस्क्राइब करना होगा. आई एक्सप्लेन इट टू यू व्हेन वी कॉन्फ़िगर इट लेटर. यहाँ पर हम कॉन्फ़िगर नहीं कर रहे, बस मैं बता रहा हूँ आपको कि ऑप्शंस क्या क्या है. ठीक है, यू हैव टू गिव अ पोर्ट कि इस पोर्ट की ट्रैफिक इस पोर्ट पे आनी चाहिए. दैट्स ऑल. मुझको लोड बैलेंसर सिर्फ इस पोर्ट के लिए ही चाहिए. इस सर्वर पे मेरे मल्टीपल एप्लीकेशंस मल्टीपल चीजें चल रही है, बट इफ द ट्रैफिक इज कमिंग फ्रॉम आउटसाइड, ओनली दैट वन विल वर्क अंडर दिस लोड बैलेंसर. सो पोर्ट, नॉर्मल पोर्ट क्या होता है, इंटरनेट का पोर्ट क्या है? व्हेन वी आर ब्राउजिंग, व्हाट इज द पोर्ट वी आर यूजिंग हियर?
80.
80.
800.
80 आपका इसका पोर्ट होता है. 443 जब आता है वो सिक्योर होता है. इफ आई ओपन सम, let's say okay, this one I'm using port 80, and if I'm using from browser तो by default port 80 ही ये कर रहा है. यहाँ पर दिखता नहीं है, but backend में port 80 use हो रहा है. ठीक है, if I'm accessing at the same time, if I'm using some banking site, so this is using port 443. what does it mean? इसका मतलब है कि इस पे हाँ HTTPS लगा है, इस पे सिक्योर लेयर लगा है, तो इसका पोर्ट बदल गया. किसी भी तरह के बैंकिंग साइट पे आप कैन यू सी HTTPS, सो इट इज पोर्ट 443. बाकी सारी फंक्शनैलिटी जो है इसके सब कुछ सिमिलर है. ओके, सो दैट यू हैव टू मेंशन हियर. हेल्थ प्रोब विल हैव टू क्रिएट अ न्यू हेल्थ प्रोब. आपको हेल्थ प्रोब का नाम देना है, प्रोटोकॉल सेलेक्ट करना है, पोर्ट सेलेक्ट करना है, आपको पाथ सेलेक्ट करना है. दिस आई विल एक्सप्लेन. ओके, यहाँ पर हम इसका कॉन्फ़िगरेशन नहीं कर रहे, सो डोंट वरी इफ आई एम गोइंग टू फास्ट. दिस इज येट टू बी डन. यू हैव टू सेलेक्ट ऑल दीज थिंग्स यहाँ पर. ठीक है, टीसीपी रीसेट वगैरह फॉरगेट इट. फ्लोटिंग आईपी वी आर नॉट डिस्कसिंग ऑल दिस, इसको हम स्किप करने वाले हैं. ठीक है, सेशन परसिस्टेंट क्या है, आई विल एक्सप्लेन इट टू यू. आइडल टाइम आउट क्या है, आई विल एक्सप्लेन इट टू यू. नेक्स्ट इज योर आउटबाउंड रोल. वी आर गोइंग टू स्किप दिस. आउटबाउंड रूल क्या हो सकता है? बट बाय द वे, व्हाट डू यू थिंक इज आउटबाउंड रूल? मतलब उसका प्रैक्टिकल स्किप करूंगा मैं, बट इसको हम अच्छे से एक्सप्लेन कर रहा हूँ अभी मैं यहाँ पर इसको, because we do not have such environment जहाँ पे मैं उसका प्रैक्टिकल आपको बता सकूं. So what do you think? Inbound में तो क्या हो रहा है ना, सी इनबाउंड में हमने ये सारे रूल्स वगैरह सेलेक्ट कर लिए कि यहाँ जाना चाहिए, ऐसे ऐसा होना चाहिए, इफ दिस हैपन दैट शुड हैपन, XYZ हो गया. Why do you think I need a load balancer for outbound traffic? Inbound पे तो आपको समझ में आ गया क्यों चाहिए, right? कि if server is down, ये हो सकता है, वो हो सकता है, so I should have multiple servers and to divert my traffic I need a load balancer. इस तरह से हो गया discussion. Why do you think I need a load balancer for outbound traffic? I hope you understand the difference, guys, right? This is inbound traffic. These users which are accessing website on this one, it is my inbound traffic. Now I'm saying, I don't think so, guys. It's only 10 minutes left. I don't think so I will be able to show you the practical in today's session, but don't worry, we'll do that tomorrow. But understand this concept very well. Outbound wala, इसका practical नहीं करने वाले हम लोग. So why do you think that I need a load balancer for a traffic's for an application's outbound traffic? What comes to your mind?
So it's a two-way communication.
But why do I need load balancer? Direct भी तो कर सकता हूँ ना. I mean, see, if some server is down, load balancer is not helping me in this case, right? अगर मेरा ये server down है तो मैं इस पे login करूंगा. This is outbound traffic. Why do I require a load balancer for outbound traffic? Two-way communication तो without load balancer भी है ना मेरे पास. Load balancer थोड़ी ना मुझको enable कर रहा है two-way communication के लिए. It is a feature of my operating system also. Yes, guys, think. We have 10 minutes. We're spending that on this one. I want you to think and answer. Anything which comes to your mind. And just because I'm countering those questions and your answers, guys, that does not mean किसको मैं कोई wrong बोल रहा हूँ या कोई, this is not the and you will realize this ये जब आपके when you sit with your architecture team or interview में भी कभी उस तरह का interview होता है तो ये brainstorming session you will experience it, that you say something and someone will counter that, someone else will say something and so you will counter, and this is how you come up with a good plan जिसमें maximum if and buts आप निकाल चुके होंगे. Okay, so never mind about it. In class also and later on also. Yes, guys. Why do I require a load balancer for outbound traffic?
Maybe it is for type of users you want. You set a rule like what kind of, or let's say a region specific people only can see the data through this rule.
No. Load balancing or load balancer, it is not restricting any traffic or any user or any accessibility. Okay, no worries, guys. Let me explain it to you. Fine. So let's say that this is, I hope you understood this one. यहाँ तक सबके समझ में आ गया that what is it?
Yes.
Okay. Now
Yes.
understand, guys, applications or traffic, it's not only for users. Now let's think about internal or external किसी भी तरह का, but application talking with application. So let me delete this first. Okay. Sorry. Okay. I have a company. I have a company XYZ and I have some work. Okay. I have thought of, or I have planned to outsource that work. Let's say that this is my company. And I have outsourced some work. कि यार अब मेरे पास कुछ काम आया है and I want to outsource that. It's related to Azure or something. I want to outsource that work. And you have to do that work and you have to update anything and everything on my application. Okay. This is the application where I track my work. यहाँ पर I'm telling you that okay, I'm outsourcing this job to this company. Okay. Ignore the caps, guys. I'm outsourcing my job to this company, utcloud.in. They're outsourcing to Tsoft. Now Tsoft says that, okay, I have a bunch of users of application which can do your work. Fine, we'll do that. Where do you want us to update that? I am saying that there is an application which is hosted in my environment. Okay, it is hosted in my environment. It's my personal application. It's not for public use. But this is the place where you have to update your status. Maybe ticket is in work in progress. Once you work on that, काम क्या हो सकता है, कुछ भी हो सकता है, ठीक है. काम से maybe simply to call my users, बस कॉल करके उनको हाय हेलो बोल दो, उतना ही काम है. We are not discussing about the work here. Work का update आपको करना है. Okay, you called the person, अब come here and update. Come here and update. Come here and update. This is what I'm expecting from you guys. UT Cloud says this is what I'm expecting from you guys, that once your job is done, you have to make an entry here, or you have to close a ticket here, or you have to upload some data here within my application. So Tsoft says, okay, fine, we are doing your work. It's okay. I have 100 users here. I have 100 employees. I have assigned them to your project. They are working here and they are doing their job. They're working, they're doing everything. Now you want them to upload your application. So please give the access of your application to these 100 users. Is it clear, guys? Till now, scenario, is it clear to every one of you?
Nice, can you please elaborate a little bit?
What did you not understand till here? Do not come up with the future questions. Till here, what did you not understand, Murtaza?
Like the ones like you come and work over here, but I didn't understand the concept of TSOP solutions. Like what are they doing?
No,
like,
see,
over
this
here?
is a company, UT Cloud. Okay, I have some work. Could be any nature of work. Forget it. Doesn't matter. I'm not asking you to come here and work here. I am outsourcing my business to you. Okay, I am outsourcing my business to you. UT Cloud is outsourcing the business to Tsoft. Is it clear till here?
Yes.
Okay. What is the work? Work is my scope of work is I've sent an Excel file to you. एक लंबी सी Excel file भेजी है. Okay, Excel file. 10,000 numbers है उसमें, 10,000 customers है उसमें. Call them and wish them happy birthday. This is the task. Simple. This is the job I have outsourced to you. Done?
Okay.
Clear till here? Now,
Yeah.
once you have done this, how will I know? I don't want you to update the same Excel file and reply. For that, I have one application जहाँ पे हम update करते हैं. ठीक है, so I can do the reporting to my seniors या उसका मुझको कुछ भी utilization करना है, that is fine. It's my hectic. But I want you to update this, that this call has been done, this has been done, that I want Tsoft Info Solutions resources or their employees, I want them to update that here in my application. तो किस level access लगेगा या नहीं लगेगा उनको?
Yes, लगेगा.
Right. So now what Tsoft is saying, okay, I have assigned 100 callers for this. एक 10,000 की list के लिए मैंने 100 callers ये कर दिए ताकि मैं इसको 4 दिन में आपका task finish कर दूंगा. But now give me access, give these users access to your application so they can log into your application and start updating the work. Is it clear till here?
Yes.
Now, if I have 100 employees to give access, I will have to whitelist. ये मैंने बताया personal मेरा ये है application है. This is not like Flipkart और Amazon के बस आपने ये डाल दिया और कोई भी access करता है. No, इसका access मैंने restricted रखा है. I can give it to only to certain people को ही दूंगा मैं. Publicly available नहीं है. So if that is the case, which means I will have to assign this access to all these 100 people. ठीक है,
Right.
people समझ लो, machine समझ लो. But I am not comfortable कि यार मैं 100 IPs को यहाँ पर whitelist करूँ. So what will I tell them or what will they do कि ये सारे 100 machines को again ये एक load balancer के पीछे रखेंगे and then I will have a public IP here and at the load balancer और यहाँ पर backend में again connected हो गए public IP and I will whitelist this public IP. ये public IP जो है ना इसको मैं whitelist करूँगा अपने application पे. This is the one. So now
Okay, so
every traffic which is going from these machines will come here. यहाँ पर this will come here and this will get converted to that public IP और उस application पे इस public IP से traffic जाएगी.
So there will be a specific IP address only for assigned for outbound connections.
एक आपके पास IP एड्रेस है उसको आप आउटबाउंड पे भी यूज करो इनबाउंड पे भी. आप इस पे इनबाउंड पे कुछ रखोगे ही नहीं. ये पब्लिक IP है, आप किसी और यूजर को दोगे ही नहीं.
Right. Got it.
So guys, only 1 minute is left.
Sohail bhai,
Don't worry if you did not understand. इसका load balancer हम फिर से करेंगे इसको next कल वाले session में. Yes, Hussein. I don't think so, Hussein. I'll be able to take your question. If you have any
Then-
technical question, will ping me. I'll answer that. Recording में नहीं आएगा. Hardly 30 seconds pending है.
okay,
Anything,
एक ही
just
था
ping me.
कि
हाँ, बोलिए.
and वो जो फ्रंट एंड आईपी है वही यूज करके ये आउटबाउंड जाएगा क्या बाहर?
हाँ, yes, यही use करके जाएगा. That is the aim actually.
ओके.
So this application इनको multiple IPs नहीं whitelist करने पड़ेंगे.
तो आप
इनकी security threat नहीं होगा.
इंटरनल लोड बैलेंसर क्यों नहीं यूज कर सकते इसमें?
ये external app है ना, दो अलग कंपनी है.
ओके, मतलब ओवर द इंटरनेट जाना है.
Yes, over the internet जा रहा है, इसीलिए तो दो
हम्म.
एप्लीकेशन की बात की, दो कंपनीज की बात की. Okay guys, see you tomorrow. Don't worry, इसको मैं फिर से पूरा स्क्रैच से हम कल करने वाले हैं. ठीक है, so if you did not understand